Yo, what's up everyone? It's Torsten here. And today we're diving deep into the world of software testing. Specifically, we're talking about manual testing, the backbone of ensuring software quality. Now you might be thinking, manual testing? In this age of automation? Well, here's the thing. While automation is a powerful tool, it can't replace the human touch. Manual testing is all about real users, real experiences, and uncovering those nuanced bugs that automated scripts might miss. In this video, we're breaking down the top 10 capabilities every aspiring manual tester should have. So buckle up, grab your notepads, and let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with a big one. Attention to detail. This is non-negotiable for any manual tester. We're talking about being hyper-aware of every little element on the screen, every interaction, every possible user flow. Imagine you're using an app, and the button's slightly off-center or the text is cut off. Annoying, right? That's where manual testers come in. They're like the pixel peepers of the software world, spotting those tiny inconsistencies that can make or break the user experience. It's not just about visuals either. It's about functionality, data accuracy, and making sure everything works exactly as intended, even in the most unexpected scenarios. Think of it like this. You're the last line of defense before a product reaches millions of users. Your ability to spot those tiny details could be the difference between a successful launch and a PR nightmare. Notice any inconsistencies, any areas that could be improved? The more you train your eye, the better you'll become at catching those critical details. Trust me, when it comes to manual testing, attention to detail is your superpower. Next up, we've got analytical skills, and this is where things get really interesting. Manual testing isn't just about clicking buttons and seeing if things break, though that's part of it. It's about thinking critically, analyzing situations, and getting to the root of problems. You're basically a software detective trying to solve the mystery of why did this bug occur. You need to be able to gather evidence, analyze data, and connect the dots to identify the culprit. This involves understanding how different parts of the software interact with each other. You need to be able to trace a bug back to its source, even if it's buried deep within the code. And here's the thing, sometimes the bug isn't even a bug. It could be a design flaw, a missing requirement, or simply a misunderstanding of how users interact with the software. That's why strong analytical skills are crucial. You need to be able to see the bigger picture, identify patterns, and come up with creative solutions. Don't just accept things at face value. Remember, a good manual tester is also a bit of a detective, always on the hunt for clues and ready to solve the next software mystery. Now let's talk about test case creation. This is where you get to put on your builder hat and create the ultimate testing playground. Think of test cases as your battle plan, your roadmap for uncovering bugs and ensuring software quality. Creating effective test cases is all about understanding the software inside and out. You need to know what it's supposed to do, how it's supposed to behave, and what could potentially go wrong. It's like anticipating every possible move a user could make and designing tests to cover all those scenarios. You'll need to consider different inputs, different environments, and even different user behaviors. And here's the key. Your test cases need to be clear, concise, and easily repeatable. Think of them as instructions for someone else to follow. They need to be able to pick up your test case and execute it flawlessly, without needing a ton of explanation. See how they're structured, what information they include, and how they cover different scenarios. Practice makes perfect, and the more you experiment, the better you'll become at designing comprehensive and effective test cases. Alright, let's talk about something that's crucial not just in tech, but in life communication skills. As a manual tester, you're the bridge between developers, designers, product managers, and sometimes even users. You need to be able to clearly articulate your findings, explain technical concepts to non-technical folks, and advocate for quality every step of the way. Think about it. You've just uncovered a critical bug that could potentially impact thousands of users. You need to be able to communicate the severity of the issue, the steps to reproduce it, and the potential impact in a way that everyone understands. Practice active listening. Be clear and concise in your writing and speaking, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Remember, effective communication is the key to building strong relationships, fostering collaboration, and ultimately, delivering amazing software. Let's be real. Manual testing can sometimes feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. You might spend hours, even days, trying to reproduce a bug or track down a tricky issue. That's why patience and perseverance are absolutely essential in this field. You need to be able to stay focused even when things get tedious, and keep pushing forward, even when you encounter roadblocks. It's like solving a complex puzzle. You might not find the missing piece right away, but you keep trying different approaches, experimenting with different solutions, until you finally crack the code. So how do you cultivate patience and perseverance? Start by breaking down large tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Remember, manual testing is a marathon, not a sprint. Now let's talk about the importance of understanding the software development process. You don't need to be a coding whiz, but having a solid grasp of how software is built, tested, and deployed will make you a much more effective manual tester. Think about it. If you understand the different stages of the software development lifecycle, you'll be able to better anticipate potential issues, design more targeted test cases, and collaborate more effectively with developers. When you understand the terminology, the methodologies, and the challenges faced by developers, you can communicate more effectively and work together more seamlessly. Start by learning the basics of programming concepts, familiarize yourself with different software development methodologies, and don't be afraid to ask developers questions about their work. The more you understand about the development process, the more valuable you'll be as a manual tester. Alright, let's talk about teamwork. Manual testing is rarely a solo endeavor. You'll be working closely with developers, designers, product managers, and other testers to ensure the quality of the software. Think of it like this. You're part of a team of superheroes, each with your own unique skills and perspectives, working together to save the world from buggy software. Effective teamwork is all about communication, collaboration, and mutual respect. You need to be able to clearly communicate your findings, listen to feedback from others, and work together to find solutions. Be open to feedback, be willing to help others, and always strive to create a positive and supportive team environment. Remember, in the world of software development, teamwork makes the dream work. Let's face it, the tech world is constantly evolving. New technologies emerge, requirements change, and priorities shift. That's why adaptability and flexibility are essential skills for any manual tester. You need to be able to adapt to new tools, learn new technologies, and adjust your testing strategies on the fly. Sometimes you'll be thrown a curveball right in the middle of a testing cycle. A critical bug might be discovered, a new feature might be added, or the release date might be moved up. In these situations, it's crucial to stay calm, assess the situation, and adapt your approach accordingly. Embrace change, be open to new ideas, and always be willing to step outside your comfort zone. Remember, in the ever-changing world of tech, the ability to adapt is your superpower. The world of software testing is constantly evolving. New technologies emerge, testing methodologies change, and best practices are constantly being refined. That's why continuous learning is absolutely crucial in this field. Think of it like this: you're on a lifelong quest to level up your testing skills, unlock new knowledge, and become the ultimate testing guru. This means staying up to date with the latest testing trends, experimenting with new tools and technologies, and always seeking opportunities to expand your knowledge. Set aside dedicated time for learning, join online communities, and don't be afraid to share your knowledge with others. Remember, in the world of software testing, the learning never stops. Finally, let's talk about the importance of adopting a user perspective. At the end of the day, software is built for users, and as a manual tester, it's your job to advocate for those users throughout the development process. This means putting yourself in the shoes of the end user, understanding their needs, their goals, and their pain points. By approaching testing from a user-centric perspective, you can identify usability issues, improve the overall user experience, and ensure that the software meets the needs of its intended audience. Conduct user research, gather feedback from actual users, and use that feedback to inform your testing efforts. Remember, at the end of the day, manual testing is all about delivering high-quality software that meets the needs of its users. So, there you have it, the top 10 capabilities that will help you excel as a manual tester. Remember, it's not just about finding bugs, it's about ensuring the best possible user experience. If you're passionate about quality, love digging deep into software, and enjoy collaborating with a team, then manual testing might just be the perfect field for you. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos on software testing, development, and all things tech.